Right everyone, it's Monday morning. We're going to have a walk through and obviously give you an update of what's happening this week. Obviously the week does change hour by hour here, so we're just going to give you a brief insight of what we have got booked in and going on. We have got a fitting later on today. A guy called Jim's come over from Dublin. We're going to be fitting one of our Mikado Rangers in his Mercedes Sprinter. So he'll be in this afternoon about 1 o'clock for that fitting. But we'll take you in, grab a quick coffee, have a walk round. So yeah, today we're going to be doing some cutting. Got an electrician in. He's doing some rewiring works upstairs. But first thing is laser cutting. That's cracking on. A lot of sheets to get through, around 10 to 12 sheets of 3mm today. As you can see here, Monday morning, stock's piling up, ready to get dispatched later on in the week. Various fittings here. This one's waiting for a collection. This is our baseline model. Very nice, as you can see. Sell quite a lot of these because it's a neutral colour. Very attractive in any van that doesn't have to be fixed to a colour scheme. Also got one of our benches here waiting to be collected. That will be going into a VW Crafter. See, just there we've got lined up stuff, just come out the paint shop, waiting to get assembled. A couple of our swivels, prototypes on this side. We have got a brand new Ford Transit Custom outside, which I'll show you. We have got this for a while, so we're going to be doing prototype works on seats in the back and also double swivel in the front. I'll just take you down and show you what we've got. It's a silver 24 plate. We're going to be removing the front seat first and then obviously doing some prototype works on getting the swivel base mounted to the original factory OEM fittings. So I've got a brand new one here. This is from the factory. It is a minibus version, so there's going to be variants compared to the panel van to this one. But the main thing that we need to do is get off the seat to get the original OEM mounts to build a riser to get above where the electrics is underneath, which you'll see later on in a couple of videos time of the process of how we're going to prototype this and obviously get some samples and test fitting and hopefully with the end product in the next few days. So yeah, keep tuned obviously to this channel. We've got a lot going on this week. We've got various showroom visits. If you're looking to convert your camper van, jump online, book a showroom visit. We'll talk you through what you need and obviously hopefully get the right product in your camper van. Been listening to Liam, thank you very much. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, I've come in early this morning, it's Tuesday, printing some more stock t-shirts. These ones are for the members of staff. If you can see out the window, transit that was spoke about yesterday, that is going to be getting reversed in later on today. We're going to make a plan of a meeting just to run through what we're going to be doing. Obviously, we're going to strip the front seat out and then make some plans on getting prototypes and mounting plates onto the vehicle chassis. But yeah, we've got a lot of upholstery that's just come back in from our auto trimmers. We use various ones around the country. We've got that to go onto bed frames. Some are going to get fitted later on this week and next week. Some will be dispatched later on this week for delivery early next week to our customers around the UK. So yeah, our next thing is we're going to get the van in, sit down. A couple of us are going to have a quick meeting just to discuss what we want to achieve today and tomorrow, Wednesday, just to see obviously what complications we've got, because this is a little bit more sort of complicated than the average swivel. There's a bit more going on underneath this passenger seat. So yeah, we're going to look into that and hopefully start process Wednesday morning, which we'll tune back into, and we should have the front seat out by then, and we'll show you the challenges we've got to overcome with this new Ford Transit Custom. So we're looking at the front of the van here. We've got driver's seat and the passenger seat, which is pretty much similar to what the old Transit's like, but like a dog leg at the front. But the problem we've got here, it comes up and then down, and underneath here is an electric box. So we need to make, your thoughts are, is trying to draw it quickly. So that there will mount on them slots here to bring it up, so a bit of 3mm plate bent on top of that, and then you'll have your plate coming along and then your two normal holes. Once we get that on there, we can then just build up from that. But it's getting these I don't want to be putting box section down. I want this to be one solid unit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it'll look, it might look a bit like that from the front profile. And obviously we've got bolts, 2 bolts there, 2 bolts here. But I want to try and make that on one unit. I don't want to have bits of box section welding here with spaces. So like one slot in, reuse the original bolts, because one of these is stud coming up. Hopefully we can get this so it is flat. The next problem is the chair's built like that. So imagine that on either side. Last time it was made up of pressed steel. Yeah. Now we've just got 4 legs. Now when we, obviously these legs here, these are down. By the time we bring it up here, we're going to have to chop the legs off here. The swivel for this could be more of an in-house fitting job. There's a lot going on with this compared to the other one, and the T6.
But we've still got to make it as a kit so then people can obviously fit them.
Let's chop. I think we'll have to chop these legs off at a certain height and then make a channel like that. 2 11mm holes in. So you chop the legs sit on the channel, bolt through there, and the channel bolts onto that. But when you're looking at that, it'll look sort of 2 U-channels, and then your 2 cut down, well 4 cut down legs will sit in them, and you just bolt in, clamp together. I think it's a lot of work for a customer to tackle that.
Would you even slot them bolts so then you get an exact the right size of them when you couldn't?
Well, there's not much going on with the seat. You could technically make it low to gain more headroom. Do you know what I mean? But we'd have an optimal angle. I think it's going to be around 100mm. We're going to have to lock off each leg. Because in the van, I think this seat does sit level like that. But you've got this going on, sort of thing. So we obviously can't put a plate on here with the legs down there. We've got to bring the plate up here, chop that off, obviously remount the legs on there. The concept would be the same as the normal Transit. It's getting over this void. Underneath here is an electrical box of some sort and some cables, so I can't even flatten that down. That's my thoughts. Put the lip off the front. All you're doing is technically measuring 100mm or whatever the measurement may be, locking them legs off, and then sitting it on the frame and drilling the 4 M10 holes. Obviously the holes will already be in our fixing bracket. You're just boring through your tube.
And do you think that's the only way to cut them legs down?
Yeah, because if you bring your swivel up this high,
Yeah,
you're going to be up 100mm. We're already up at least 30mm with a swivel base. So technically, you want to keep everything OEM factory height, you ought to be maybe taking 130mm off the legs. That'll keep everything enough height for a 6-foot person to sit in the front. But I don't know. Let's get the van in. Let's get the seat out.
Seat out's
exactly
a big thing.
what's underneath here,
Exactly.
and we'll resume there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hi everyone, it's Wednesday morning, carrying on from Tuesday's meeting with Paul upstairs, talking about issues we might have with this brand new Ford Transit. We're going to reverse it into the workshop where we do our fittings. I'll flick the front seat up and I'll just point out the gaps and voids, what we were talking about in that meeting upstairs yesterday. Right, I'll just take you out to the passenger seat now. So inside here, a little bit dark, but there is a lump that we're going to have to try and get above before we can start making any sort of swivel base on this seat. Next, we're going to unbolt the seat, take off the seatbelt sensors, wire and loom, lift the seat out, and then I'll be able to show you in more detail how the floor sort of fits and obviously rises up and then back down for the seat legs to fit into. So yeah, we'll get the tools out now, get the seat unbolted. Right everyone, we've detached the seat, very easy in this new Transit. There is 3 bolts, 1 nut. Hardest part is just unclipping the plastic clips that hold the small wire and loom for the seatbelt sensors, getting that removed. Seat then easy just lifts up back into the van. As you can see when we talked yesterday, this is the floor, various levels going on, up, down, and then there's more of a step up and then it drops back down. I'll take you over to the computer now and show you what we've drawn up. This is roughly what we're going to have, so this will be the plate that bolts through the original holes and it'll give us a flat level to start mounting the swivel and everything else onto. But if we're looking at it that way, that's the way. If it's spun it round and put in the van, we'll just move this bit here. These are all where the carpet lifts up and then drops back down. So hopefully that'll just miss all that and sit nice. And obviously you can see there it tapers, and this is because the van floor tapers, but we want to be coming off fairly flat. So hopefully when that's installed in around about an hour's time, we'll have a flat surface. But the next thing we'll be doing is moving on to the laser machine, downloading this onto there, and then cutting this out of the mild steel, moving on to the bender, and then obviously bending the 4 sides to make what is basically a tray. And then we'll test fit it, and hopefully most of the holes line up. First off, I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect, but hopefully it'll give us a good indication of where we are with it. And fingers crossed it does fit, so we can start the next process of the top part of the swivel, which will be mounting the runners to allow the seat to slide back into the vehicle, to turn around, to then slide back facing the other way. So yeah, let's see it on the laser machine in the 5 minutes cutting, and then get it on the bending machine. Hi everyone, it's Wednesday afternoon. We've just obviously shown you the drawing on the CAD software. That's what this looks like when it's being flattened out. So that's the flattened part, and it stays this way up, so when we put in the bender we know which face to bend it up on. We're now going to set this away, make sure everything's framed, make sure it fits on the sheet correctly. Which it does, and then press play and away it goes. Right, that's the part cut there. With a 3 kilowatt laser that we've got, obviously it can cut a very nice edge like that. And if we look on the front face, I was talking about before, just engraved or etched this wheel, just so we know it goes into the machine, this face up and gets bent up this way. And then when it is bent as a tray, it'll fit obviously all these cutouts on the van in the right place. The next thing is going to move on to the bender and set this 100 ton 3 metre press brake up. Right, we're going to move on to obviously getting it in the bender and getting these 4 flanges bent up to see how we're looking. So if I've got it right by eye, what we've done is we've hit the centre of these 2 marking points. We'll do exactly the same for the other side now. What we'll do is we'll just bring this down nice and slowly. Hit the same point there, centre of the bend. We'll move on to the bigger bend now, which is this side. And that's how finished. Straight, that's hopefully going to miss everything that needs to be missed. Obviously the bend's on up square yet. Obviously this is just a prototype. We will get the settings right, make sure we've got a flush bend. But that's the first tray set up. We'll get that sat in the van in a minute just to make sure everything clears, and then it'll be on into paint. Hi everyone, we're back to the van now. We're just going to now offer this up to see exactly where we're at with hole centres and stuff. Just make sure we're clearing everything there. That's down flush. That'll be flush. Holes perfectly centre. That's an excellent fit. If you bring the camera around here, you'll see where we've cut them recesses out just to miss everything there. But that is the base part, what I'd say the hardest part done now. We've got the fixings directly into the vehicle chassis, and then we'll move on to putting the runners on. So we'll get this into paint, tidied up, tap the holes out, get the runners on, and then we'll start on the top part of the swivel where we'll be connecting the seat, and then obviously the swivel plate that turns round. So yeah, next thing you'll see is this coming out of paint, get the holes tapped and get the runners bolted on. Hi everyone, it's Thursday morning here at FWX. That part we were talking about yesterday, for the 4 Transit swivel. That's come out to painted late last night. So what we're going to do now is just re-tap the holes out over on that bench. But it's getting to the end of the week. We've got a lot of gas lockers going out, some 6 kilogram gas lockers here. They're ready for assembly. More fittings down there for next week and some more collections. There's another 4 down there, if you can zoom in, they're getting collected by a regular customer. But we'll put concentration back onto this, get some holes tapped out and start assembling this part, and then get it bolted into the new Transit outside. Right, so we're just putting these Transit knob locating blocks. So this is what the Transit knob will screw down into. So these are all made in house, laser cut out with a M12 by 1.75 tap through. They'll come into play a little bit later on this prototype build up. But we'll get this installed because once this goes into the van, this will not be seen, so we'll not be able to get access to this. So we're just putting this on now. Once these are installed, we'll flip it over and stick the runners, which will allow the seat to come backwards into the vehicle. Eagle eye viewers will be saying, why is he not putting any Loctite on? Once we're finished and we know everything works, it'll be getting stripped back down, everything will be getting Loctited into place, so nothing can come loose. So just before I nip these down, this is the way it'll be sitting in the van. So the front of the van windscreen's here, this is the back end of the seat. Seat will slide out, spin round, go back in. So you've got a reverse facing seat for when you're parked up. People can then sit on the rock and roll bed in the back, sit on the bench seat and have a bit of a sort of dinette facing table and all the rest of this stuff. So once we get this nipped down, we will be taking this into the vehicle, reinstall it with them original OEM mounts, and then we can work on the next part, which is transfer plate, which will go on top of here, and then the swivel on top of that.
Got to have your daily intake of sausage up.
The sausage is here.
I know you've arrived.
The sausage.
This should keep us going for a bit, like. Just a bit.
Rocket progress. Is that it now, mate?
I think that's it, mate.
That's 920. Is it card?
Oh, no. I'll have a pack of crisps as well, mate.
10 for mate. Is it card?
I've got cash. Was it 10 more?
10. 10 for yeah.
Right, I haven't got 40 pence. You got 40 pence.
It's alright, I'll let you off.
Oh,
Is it? He's gonna. He's gonna. Shove it on mine.
Good lad, mate. Good lad, that's what I like to hear. The prices have just gone up.
That's next to your pocket. Oh, I've got you.
Sorry, John, I'll get you back there.
You got two!
Bit I need to for the absolute amount of work that this place has churned out the last couple of days.
Hi everyone, back with Liam here at FWX. We just want to talk about the Easter lead times. Easter's coming up. The camper van industry always gets a rush on up to Easter. People want to get out in the vans, first bit of summertime, end of spring sort of things. I know people's got different weeks off with schools, about 5 weeks at the moment until sort of the holidays happen. Our build times are about 4 weeks at the moment, just due to the fact we are doing up to 40 frameworks, which is your rock and roll beds, a week, along with the swivels and the gas lockers. Very, very busy at the moment. So if you are looking to get a rock and roll bed from us installed in your vehicle before the Easter holidays to get yourself and the kids away, make sure you jump online at fwx.com today, place your orders, drop us a WhatsApp if you've got any queries, and yeah, get yourself prepared to start enjoying summer in your camper van. Right, so I've picked up an E11, which is a socket, as you can see there, like a star socket. That's for this stud. I'm going to remove this stud because we're going to be using new bolts, as you can see in the box. Going to be using some, off the top of my head, M12B120s for the rear, M12B190s for this front too. So we're going to be replacing the original bolts with some longer ones. But this stud should just be nearly out now. There it is there, as you can see. So we're going to get rid of that, and then we're going to bring that plate in, sit it down, hopefully it fits nicely, and then get these bolts fitted in so it's nice and solid. Right, we've got the plate there, front edge. This will, I'm not saying that we've done a good job, but it does sit where it needs to sit with all the cutouts and stuff. Just watch this cable. This cable will be living because we're not going to reuse this. This obviously is for your seatbelt sensors. The other cable here is because this seat has got rear USB chargers. Will have been a minibus. Panel vans will not have this. So this will get mounted underneath, kept safe and out of the way. But for now we're going to leave that. What we're going to do now is just get these bolts out, what we're looking at. So we're going to use oversized washer, M12B90s. That'll slot down into there. And another one in there. There we go. And then we've got these ones. Make sure they're right. We have got some different sizes because we don't know exactly what we're going to need. But I think this should do the job. That's that in there. That lines up lovely. We're just going to get a 19mm socket now, drive them in, and then that'll be that part complete. But as you can see from this angle, it's sitting in nicely for stretch over. Just about level there. It will come back on a slope because the van itself is on a slope, but that'll roll in nicely to the rear of the van, spin the seat round, and then back up at the rear facing seat. So we're just going to get these tightened down now, and that'll be sort of part one, process one, completed of this Ford Transit 2025 front swivel. Lovely. That'll do for me. Lovely job. Quite happy with that. Really good finish. So at the moment we haven't done anything that we're sort of vastly changed anything of the original vehicle. The only thing we have done is remove that stud and obviously replaced it with these high tensile M20 by 90. No, sorry, M12 by 90 millimeters long, and then M12 by 120 millimeters long in the rear. And the reason for that is this here is around about a 65mm drop. At the rear it's about an 85mm drop, hence why there's a difference in the bolt length. But that's a really tidy finish, as you can see. It obviously sets us up well to get the top mounting plate on, which we're going to try and run into Thursday evening stroke Friday. We are working Friday this week overtime because we've got a lot of orders going through for rock and roll beds, but also the prototype works on this new Ford Transit Custom. Right, so we'll get the fake boss, see if he's happy with what we've done the last 24 hours. Pauline, come and have a look what I've done.
I'm too busy, mate.
Come on, you're not, man, you're never busy. Come on. We still not had that wind cut yet.
It's not enough hours in the day.
Make sure the wind don't blow it off when you come out. Come and have a look. What do you think of that?
Garbage.
Garbage! Come on! It's the world's first, this, man. It's not bad for a bunch of cowboys. Some sheet metal and a hammer.
Ah, but you took some time on it.
I ain't took some time.
Is it level though? Let's have a look.
It's not far off. It needs nipping up, but it's...
Oh, it's close for you.
That's not too bad, that.
That is close for you.
That
That
would pass back at Sunderland.
Oh, $1,000,000. $1,000,000.
Nissan will sign that off.
Put a couple of fag packets under, that'll be fine.
Why aye. What do you reckon though? Obviously from that meeting when we sat down in all the humps and bumps, it's like a direct fit.
No, to be fair, it's not too bad, like.
No, it's
Looks
fitted
alright.
well. And we're still in line with sort of the front floor there. We haven't come up any higher.
That's solid, that, like.
Oh, that ain't coming out. But no, it looks pretty. It looks like a proper job. Fits in. Bolted straight down.
I'll give you 4 to 10 for that.
4 out of 10. Oh wow.
But take that, that's good for me.
We'll have to see what tomorrow brings, and we'll have to work a bit harder tomorrow. But no, we're all happy about that so far.
So far so good.
We'll see what tomorrow brings when we get that top plate on, and we'll get everything moving front and back, and then we'll look at the hard part, which is mounting the seat, which is going to have some modifications because we've come up a bit. So we're going to have to, unfortunately, chop the seat down, lower it down, and then mount it on top of the swivel. But yeah, as long as the gaffer has signed it off, we'll crack on. Yeah.
Does this mean I'm working overtime?
All weekend.
Alright.
Yeah, all weekend.
Your rules blowing about the wind now.
I don't want to blow that off. It's still on there, son. I'll tell you something.
That
Well, one brush.
well not with.
Looks like Wurzel Gummins' toothbrush. Left of it. Hey, so what the sun catches that. Like
Does it?
clips.
There's a little bit all over the shop, like, isn't it?
Come on, Doc. Doc, come on. Marty's waiting inside. He's
We've haven't really shared a time machine. So do before I start there. Well, it was like one that speedboat on the Thames. It was blowing about the wind.
That was like a windsock.
Huh?
Hi everyone, it's Friday morning, back here at FWX. Got the full workshop in, doing overtime, extremely busy at the moment, ramping up for the Easter period. But there is a part in there that we've built this morning, in early, very frosty here, but we've cracked on and got the second part for the Ford Transit swivel complete. We are going to be cutting some plastic now. That is the part we're going to be cutting here. So we're going to cut that out with some 3mm plastic sheeting. That will go on top of this painted part in a little while. When that's cooled off the rack, we're going to tap some more holes, stick this part on. So if you tune back in, then we'll be onto that process. So this is the part we've come in this morning and drawn up. So this is going to be sort of the transfer plate. This is what's going to slide back into the vehicle. So we're going to take it over now to the bench and we're going to tap this hole with an M12. These two M5 is what you seen the other day. So yeah, we'll get them tapped and then we'll do the build process to get this fitted on top of the part that we built yesterday. Right everyone, we're back to the CNC routing machine. As you can see, we've got a new sheet on. We did make a mistake and cut this the wrong way. So the face, so we want this nice face, not a dull face. Cut this way, the machine mirrored it and imported it that way. So we've had to cut a new one, but that's all cut nicely. We'll show you where that goes in a little while. Moving back over here, part 2 now is being tapped, M12 bolt in. Other part of the runners is on, bolted in nicely. We're going to then take that to part 1, which is all assembled. Hopefully that'll click in there nicely. Once I can get it in, there we go. Nice click. Ease at home. That'll come out. So imagine a seat sitting on here now, facing forward, windscreen's there. Pull it out, it's going to spin round, pull back in, and it'll be facing to the rear of the vehicle. That part we've just cut out the plastic. The back of it will get cleaned up and it will be getting glued on here, so just line that up. As you can see there, everything lines up nicely as it should. And there, yeah, that's basically part 1, part 2 together. The next part is part 3, which will be the actual swivel, which mounts onto the chair. We have got a bit of an issue. We can't get a hold of a spare double seat for a new Transit, so we're waiting for Ford to deliver one next week. So hopefully that'll be in with us on Tuesday, and then we'll start part 3, which will be the mounting of the seat onto part 3, and then the whole thing in the vehicle. But what we're going to do for now is we're going to put this back into the vehicle, bolted down as I was showing you yesterday, just so it's in place, and we can see if there's any other parts that might cause us some problems going into next week. Right, there it is in all its glory. Part 1 and 2 all put together. Let's go and get it back in the van. There we go. He's still on. He's still recording there. Right. Now we've got part 2 on. Slides your oversized washer in. 90mm at the front. Get that one started off. Same on this side. 90mm on the front. That one started off, and then the 120s at the back. Them started off. Right, that's all the 4 original factory fitted bolt holes fitted, tightened up with our bolts. 90mm at the front, 120mm at the back. This will then show you the swivel itself coming out. It is tight to this floor. Obviously the van's getting converted, will not have this raised flooring. Your floor is going to be probably half the thickness of this, but it slides back. Spin your seat round, obviously that'll come back in. Away you go. So that is the concept there. Fit very nicely. Very happy with the finish of it. You know, the product, it's coming along very nicely. Obviously everything we try and do here, we're trying to engineer to our best abilities, hence the machinery that we've got on site, which you've had a brief walk through throughout this video. But yeah, we're just waiting for that seat to come from Ford, so we can start modifying that, make part 3, which is the turntable top swivel part, and then hopefully a couple of videos time, it'll be completed. And I'm not sure if someone's already done this, but obviously we might be first to market to the new Transit T7 VW front double swivel. Obviously it's been a busy week with everything else going on, but the progress we've made on this is, I'm quite happy with it. So move on to next week, hopefully we'll have everything buttoned up and a finished product. Right everyone, that is week 1 of Inside FWX. Hope you've enjoyed it. We're still learning on the job. Each week it'll improve and get a bit better. First week in, we've obviously shown you a little bit of the laser side, the bending side, prototyping, drawing on the CAD system, problems we're going to have with the new prototype for the Ford Transit Custom. Obviously this week has been it's been a tough week because we've obviously started doing this mini series along with trying to get a lot of production out. Next week should be a bit more settled. We have got some showroom visits, some fittings as well, which we'll get obviously recorded to show you about the fitting process side of things. We are mega busy, so probably overtime on next Friday, so they'll have a full workforce all week. We're going to try and reach around about 45 rock and roll beds next week, fabricated, ready for dispatch. Hot dogs. Everyone loves a hot dog, so if you've seen in the video, there's a hot dog gate going on. So every Thursday, we're going to have a couple of members of staff munching down on a footlong. So yeah, that is the first week here in the FWX workshop and showroom. If you like hot dogs, camper vans and metal fabrication, make sure you like, subscribe and share today. Tell your friends about us. We'll tune in next week.